So first of all, good morning, happy Monday, everyone. So today, just we'll recap the what we discussed in the last week. We discussed about the installation prerequisites, right? Software downloads. So some other activities we discussed, so which are not much important, but that is also very important. So, but today for this week onwards, the classes are very important. So today we are going to discuss about the SAP installations. It's a very important. As part of the your implementation methodology, SAP methodology. So we have discussed about the preparation activities, right? And also blueprint diagrams. That is all everything come to the blueprint. Now this implementations, this kind of installations comes under implementations, right? So in the phase of realization phase, we have the total 6 phases, right? So preparations, business blueprint, realization, go live, support, final test, something like that we have discussed, right? In that it will come, the SAP installations will comes under the realization phase. In the realization phase means, so here we need to do the installations. So what are the softwares we require to do the installations? So SWPM tool, then exports, kernel. So what next? DB client, then what next? SAP host agent. Am I audible, right, for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm getting the response then. Good. Okay. So these are the softwares we required, right? For any kind of SAP installations, we require these softwares, right? So that's fine. We require these softwares. We are going to install this SAP systems now. So like you can see here, all our softwares are here, right? You can see the SAP software exports are there, kernel, DB client, SWPM, then host agent. We have the host agent also available here. Let me copy it here. Then I will paste into the C drive. Here we have the all the softwares are available. So you have to remember this path here. Why? Because you need to practice the SAP installations, right? Just remember this path here, right? So here this is the one. Then what next here? So you have the operating systems, RAM. So everything is ready now, softwares. Now let's kickstart the SAP installations by using the SWPM tool. So go to the SWPM tool, software provisioning manager. Just click on the SAP INST, right? Go to the software provisioning tool, click on the SAP INST tool here. So this is the very important tool to perform the SAP installations. Here, once you open the SWPM here, you need to double click or you need to open the SAP INST tool here. So this tool will open the one URL in the browser. It will open the URL in the browser. See here, it's opened the URL in the browser. So what is the port number? It's a very important. Here many very important points will come. So SWPM port number is like whenever you open the SWPM, so SAP inst.exe file, then it will open the URL in the browser, right? So here the port number for the SWPM is the 4237. It's a very important, one of the common interview questions they may ask you. What is the port number for the SWPM? 4237 is the common port number for the SWPM. It's a very important port number. You can note down or you can remember how you want to go. You can take a note. But it's a very important folder. Here you need to enter the user ID. Whatever the user ID you are starting SWPM, same user you have to put it here, right? So same user, whatever the user ID you are starting, right? So which user you have started, same user you need to start the things here, right? You have started the SWPM here. SWPM you have started, right? You can see here when you started the SWPM here, right? You can see. So you can SWPM, any kind of what we discussed, any kind of SAP installations we can perform using the SWPM. Any kind of means S4HANA installations, right? ABAP application server. So you can see the identity management server and solution manager, MDM, so some OEM related, and also business suites. If you go to the CRM, ERP, SEM, SRM, any product, any product installations you can do with this SWPM tool, right? SAP installation means the first thing will come into the picture, SWPM tool. So SWPM, any SAP product installation, you need to use the SWPM tool. SWPM means software provisioning manager tool. So port number is the 4237 is the port number. Host name 42327. That is the very important here, right? So that is the very important here. So here, based upon the product, which product you are going to install it, then you need to just to expand that product, right? Here you can see SAP we can install on any database, DB2, MaxDB, SQL Server, Oracle, HANA-DB, and Sybase. Here all the databases will come. Just expand any one of the database, expand any one of the database, from which database you are going to install it, then expand it, right? HANA or Sybase, whatever it may be, right? Here installations will come here. Just expand the installations here. Then so here application server ABAP. So we are installing on the application server. SAP is the application, right? It's like application server ABAP. ABAP means it's like, so in the front end we are able to log in. That is called the ABAP. So we have the Java also, that is the URL based. So only ABAP we are installing now. Then why you have selected the ABAP, right? See here, we can install the SAP system with the following options. We can install it. You want to go with the standard option, distributed high availability. So what does it mean by standard distributed high availability? All right. So standard option means within the same host, suppose this is your operating system, right? This is your operating system. Within this operating system, you have installed the database here. Then you have installed on top of the SAP also you installed here. Both are in the SAP and DB. In this operating system, you install the DB and SAP also here. So which means it's the standard one, standard single system, which means standard one operating system. You install the SAP and DB also you install this one. This is a standard approach. Here you don't require the one more operating system, one more host, one more Windows server you don't require, or Linux server. So one server, that is fine. One license, that is fine, right? This is the standard. But here the drawback is, the con is here, whenever some issues with the SAP or DB, and there are some issues with your operating system, both will be affected, right? Why? Because these both are running on the one operating system. If something having some issues with the operating system, this both will be affected. That's the reason we have this. That is the reason here. But cost side, one operating system license is enough. But we have some performance issues we may face it. Why? Because both are running in the one operating system. So that is the standard approach, right? So distributed means we have one operating system here, we have one more operating system here, then you have installed the database here, you have installed the SAP here. So both operating systems, both separate you are doing here, right? Both operating systems separately you have installing here. This is called the distributed installations, which means DB is here, SAP is here. Here this is the DB, maybe this is the SAP, which means both are in the different operating systems, both are in the separate servers. There is no harm. So, but only thing is cost wide, we need to take the more license for the one more operating system. But if something happens to this operating system, this will be stay live only, right? Database will be live only. So that is the reason this is a distributed installations, right? Distributed installation. High availability. High availability means it's like most cost effective. It's like so mission critical systems, we will go for the high availability. means very critical systems, which means banking server systems, banking server related systems, some other, so groceries related servers. So all are the related. So 24/7 supports, which means, so you have the one data center in the, so primary high availability. High availability means we will go for the, this is the one host. So this is the one more host. So let me give the simple example here, right? This is the, this is the one host. This is the one more host here. High availability, primary and secondary. Here you have installed the SAP and DB also you have installed here. Here SAP and so SDB also installed here. So here in high availability means always it is available, 100% it is always available here. The users will connect to this high availability servers, right? So that this IP is mapping to the primary and secondary. So whenever is there any issues with the your SAP, then immediately it will move to the secondary. Then users will come to the here. Then data will almost will be replicated during the DB topic time. How the replication happens means that you will come to know, right? So the data will be replicated from primary to secondary. The data will be replicated from SAP side, SAP and secondary, primary SAP and secondary SAP. It will be go to the primary and secondary, right? Primary and secondary. It will go to the primary and secondary here. So this is the high availability. In case worst case situation, entire your primary is down, you can start the secondary, then you can run your business, right? This is the one. Suppose if it is not the high availability systems, HA systems, so even your primary is down, then you cannot run your business, right? There your primary data center is down, you need to fix the issue, you need to start that one. So that is the non-important systems, non-mission critical systems. That's why we have the SAP giving the our options to use these following options. So whatever the business you are running, it is critical or not critical, based on that you can go for that one. So ours is the standard one. We are choosing the standard one. Then click on the next button. How we went here? Just go to the here, see here. So I went to do the SWPM tool here. In the SWPM tool, SAP NetWeaver 7.5 we are installing. You can also install the NetWeaver 7.52 also, or ERC also, S1 also, anything we can install it, right? So that related exports you need to download it. Only exports may change it here. Exports may change it here. Then NetWeaver 7.5 you can just expand the NetWeaver 7.5. Here which database you want to install it, just expand that database. Then installations we are doing, just click on the installations, application server above, then standard systems, click on the standard one, right? Then you will get the roadmap steps here. In the roadmap steps here, you will see define parameters section here, then review parameters and execute service. Here in the define parameter section, we have to provide the inputs to the SAP screen. We have to provide the inputs to the SAP screen here. So which systems you are going to install the inputs, it will ask it. We have to provide the inputs here, right? This is a very important option. So define parameter section. Then, so in this one, you can see the here in the task list, which task is executing, it's collecting the input task. Then log files. Here, log files are generated here. You can see in the installation log files, SAP inst.log file, SAP inst_dev.log files are the very important two log files. Here, all the SAP related, how the installation is progressing, everything will be recorded in this log files. It's a very, very, very important log files. Here you can choose the by default option typical. You can click on the next button. So what about the if I select the custom option? You will get the multiple prompts. Then multiple prompts you will get it out. Right? So here it is progressing now. So here very important points are like, so whenever you are doing the installations, so SAP inst.log file and SAP inst_dev.log file, and the port number is the 4237, and installation softwares. So what are the softwares we required? So then what is meant by SWPM? That will come the installation software. So these are the very important points here, right? So without this installation, if they are asking the questions means it's a scope to ask questions on these topics. These points very important. Here SAP system SID. So here without this one we cannot proceed further also. This is a very mandatory activity, right? SAP SID. We discussed in the last week when we were discussing about the technical terms. SID means system identification number. Name we are giving the identification. So maybe it starts with the dev or quality or prod or NWD or NW, whatever you can put it out, but it should not be like it's a 3 alpha numeric characters, right? Maybe if you put the one, it won't accept it. It won't accept it. Invalid entry does not match the required pattern. It won't take it out, right? So it's not the first. We should not put this one. Maybe if you put the DEV one, it will take it out. So that is the reason you can put the development system, something like that, right? Just click on the OK button. Just click on the OK button. Then you see it will progress the next button. So this is the inputs we are giving to the SAP system. This is the inputs we are giving here. This is the inputs we are giving here. So without this inputs, we cannot proceed further. So we have to give this one. Here it is asking the DNS domain name. We don't have any DNS here. Just I unchecked it, clicking on the next button here. Right here, it is asking the password for all users. So there are some master users will be created during the installation. So those users we are giving the passwords here. So I'm setting the password here. So you can see here, I set the password. I clicked on the next button. It is going here. So nothing, you don't need to do anything here. Just to SWPM, you need to start the SWPM tool. Then the tool will ask you the, please provide the path of the locations, SID, all the information it will ask it. Then you need to provide the all the input parameters you have to provide to the SWPM. All the input parameters you have to provide to the SWPM so that it will take care of the all the installations and everything. So you no need to do anything. Just you have to you have to give the inputs to the SWPM tool. That's why this is the defining. You have to define the parameters. This is the log files. So all the log files, it will ask it. It will ask the passwords. Then password section is given. Then domain. Domain it is asked. We provide the DNS name, no domain. Then it will process the all those things and everything here. These are the parameters. So these are the parameters it is asking here, right? So the next one, see here, it is processing all the parameters. Logs are processing here. So here the next one, it is asking the checking the database related parameters. Database, whether the DB database related, right? It will ask one by one. It will ask one by one everything here. You will ask one by one all those things. It will ask it here. Right? So here you need the database connection. So database is already there. That's why we can choose the our database instance number is the this is the one. Second one. This is not the one. This is the one. Our database host name or our SAP host name both are same. Our computer name. Why? Because all we installed on the same computer name. That's why we chosen the SAP Windows 1 something like that we have chosen here. Right? So you can see here it is chosen. So create the new database. Yes, right. Click on the next button. So here, most of the time you need to give the input and click the next button. Give the input, click the next button to proceed further. But I like to understand it what it is asking here. Now it is asking the kernel location. For where it is mentioned means here you can see SAP exe. SAP exe means kernel only, right? Just click on the browse button. Here go to the C drive where it is available files. Here software, SAP software. Here kernel. Select this folder. Click on OK button. Right? Just click on the next button. Then it will read the all the kernel files and everything. It will cross check. It will not blindly accept. It will cross check all the kernel files and everything. It will accept it. It will check. It will go to the inside of this folder. See SAP software kernel. it will read the all the files, whether the files are correct or not, whether the files are, is there any corruption happened in that files or not, any tampered happens or not, we'll check it out here. Then it will review, then it will go to the next step. So it is reading. See here, it is reading all the processing, sir. It is reading now. It is reading all the processes. So this information we can find out in the SAP INST. So SAP INST dot log file. This log file is the very important. Here it is located. Okay, so let's see here what is happening here. Still see, it is reading the all the files here. So the main important thing is here, the concept of the installation is how you are starting the SWPM, what inputs you are giving. So the major thing is here SID you have to give it, instance number it will ask it, passwords you have to give it, like the softwares whichever you downloaded, right? All the softwares it will ask you to update it. So you have to search kernel, DB you have given, kernel you have given now. So exports, it will ask it, you have to provide the exports also. Then finally SAP host agent will ask it. Then all those things it will ask you to provide it. Then you have to provide all those things. Then finally, once the inputs done, we have to review parameter section. We have to review it. Then click on the next button. Then it will go to the execute service. In the execute service section, here it will take 3 hours or 4 hours to do the installation. Here, just we need to watch the screen. That's it. Yes, right. Step by step, if you do the inputs, they will automatically loaded in the SAP INST. Yes, all the log files are here. It is available. Whatever you are doing here, whatever the errors are here. So some mistakes you have done it. So here everything is, it will be loaded. It will be recorded in the systems here, right? Here you can see it is taken all those things. Once it's taken it should be the available status. Then click on the next button. Then it will go to the next step. Then it will go to the next step. Then like that it will start. So it will start asking the all the input parameters and everything. Depends upon the product. So any SAP installations, either the S4 and RCR, any installation, it will ask the same input, same software, same SID, everything. So you have to give the same. Only thing is the exports may change it. See, the all softwares are can be reused for the different SAP product installation. Only suppose this is you are installing the NetWeaver system, one of the SAP product. Tomorrow you want to install the ECC. Just you can change the export. That's it. You don't need to download all again. Just to change the exports. So that's it. Here upgrade the host agent. All not required here. We have already. So just click on the next button. So host agent also it is asked. Then we have checked that no. Because we have already there. That's right. So now it is asking the installation exports. See here installation exports. Go to the here C drive. Then where is our softwares are located? SAP softwares. Then exports. Exports are there. Here. Select the exports. Then go to the next button. So that it will read the all the exports, whatever the exports you have, it is verifying. All the exports are verifying here. All the exports are verifying here. So suppose you are wrongly given means it won't accept it. If you are wrongly given, it won't accept. It will give it will throw the error. You are wrongly provided, something like that. So that's why to finish installation quickly, in the before installation itself, we have some preparation activity. Download the all the required media softwares from service marketplace that we have to download it here. See this process. Right. same. If you give different one, it should be the different. Same. Either you want to put the same, you can put the same. If you want to give the different, you can also put the different. Either way, that is same. That's why when it is asked, you want to give the same SID or different SID, means same SID we selected, then we selected, right? If you choose the different SID, it will ask the different SID name for the DB. DB also, there is a one SID will be created. See here, it is verifying. All the files are getting verified here.
I have seen in Oracle, it is either Oracle or ORIS or database SID.
So some databases you should not give the same SID. So when you are installing on the same OI operating system, so that should not be the case. Some databases you have to give the different SID, same SID. This depends. Suppose you are installing on the same, my database also is in the same host, my SAP SID also in the same host I am installing. So it is asked me to take it. So, but if it is the Oracle or some other databases, we have to give that different SID for this one. Like which one? So Oracle and DB database separate SID we have to give it. For HANA, we can give the same, but both should not be on the same host name. It should be the different host name you have to give it. So that is the main thing here. So main thing is, if you are installing on the same host, same operating system, you should not give same. If you are installing the different operating systems, so that is the different. For Oracle, it will create the file systems. For that like SQL Server, it will not create any file systems at operating system level. That's why we can give the same. Here, database server files, how many data files you want to create it. So we can choose it here, 4 to 8 for the small system, small company, medium for the 8 to 16. So then 16 to 32 for the large company. Ours is the small systems. We can choose the small, like it will create the some files, some files, data files at operating system level. Here in this data files, actual data stores here, actual our tables data stores in this data files. That's why which one you want to choose it. It is asked, we have provided that one, right? It is asked that we have provided the details here. Why means, so here you can see log files are coming and going and everything. But if you open this one, entire history, you will get it out here. Entire history, what is happening here. If any errors, so then you can open it and see what is happening here. Some more information will be located here. More information will be located here. So this is for the table depooling option. By default, it's already enabled. Just click on the next button. From your side, you need to put only one efforts. Just click on the next button, browse the softwares, click on the next button. How many number of jobs? 3. Then okay, click on the next button. Okay, see here, it is asking the what is your instance number, right? Previously it is asked for the SID, we have given it. Now instance number, you want to give the instance number for 0203, or so what other instance number is already taken by the other SAP systems, right? Which instance number you have to give it. So like that it is asking 10 for so DB. So this one, which instance number you want to give it, like that it is asking. Then you can give it whatever the instance number you choose, like 30, maybe 31. If you want to put, you can put it out, right? So 2 instances will be created here. One is the pass, second one is the ASCS. What is mean by here? That I will show you. So here instance numbers is asked. Previously SIDs, then we have given the SID, then instance number now, then kernel path it is asked, then export path it is asked, then DB and host agent it is asked. All the information we have given. So jobs, it is asked number of parallel jobs for creating an SAP system. 3 we have chosen. So like that, we are given all these inputs, right? Whatever the software requirement, all these inputs here. Here instance number SID. So every SAP installation, when you create the SAP installation, it will create the two instances, it will be created, which means one SAP system, one SAP SID, it will split into the two instances. Two instances means one is the PAS, second one is the ASCS, technical word. So PAS means so primary application server. Primary application server. ASCS means so above system central services, above system central services. These two instances will be created in each and every SAP installations, right? That is the one. The next one, it is asking that, do you want to register your system into the SLD? SLD is the one of the SAP product, system landscape directory. No, we don't have anything, right? Just click on the no, click on the yes. Next button, it will go to the here. Okay. So the next one, so you can see here, individual key, then click on the next button. So key, here it is on was, why? Because it is asked the all the files. So just you can just click on the next button. Formality is, it will ask the some of the mandatory things, then you need to choose it, you need to click on the next button. So why it is the key is creating here, the key and key value. In worst case scenario, your system is down, you are unable to recover it. SAP, by using this key, SAP vendor, they will recover your system, they will recover your business data and everything. Is progressing. I use it to configure the IP address, maintain the host file and text file. Environment quality is asking required nowadays. So is it required? It is required nowadays. What is meant by I use it to configure the host environment? Environmental variable is not required. So, but this IP and all everything is required, but environmental variable is not required nowadays. Required. So see here, define parameter section is completed. Then review parameter section. Whatever the parameters you have given here, all here it will be showed here. All here you have here, right? Kernel, everything exports. So kernel, so keys, whatever the inputs you have given, you can suppose by mistakenly you chosen the different option. You want to repeat, revise now. There is no next or cancel option, right? You need to select the package here, right? You need to select the package here. Then just click on the revise. Revise means you will go and change these options, right? That is also one option we have available. Just click on the next button, it will start installing it here. If I start click on the next button, it will go to the execute service, it start installing the your SAP system. It may take 2 or 3 hours to start the SAP installation and everything. Then later what we can do, we have to wait until after the 2 hours, we have to wait it. Once the installation is completed, then you need to start the fresh installation again. One more person have to solution installation. Instead of doing that, everyone doing the installation every SID, then you guys give the inputs here, review the parameter section, then cancel it. That's it. Review the installation, then define, review, cancel it. For every person, you can do this one. Why? Because in giving the inputs is important. Then after that, when you click on the next button, see here, it will start installing. It will start installing the SAP system here. Here you will not get any option, cancel, only cancel option you will get. Then after that, it will start installing the your SAP systems and everything. See, it is installing. 8% is completed, 11% is completed. It should come to the 100% then. It will come to the 100% come here. Here, these are the task list. You can see now it is creating the some users in the SAP system. common files. So all these things it will take care of now. It will be creating, it is installing. So here it will finish it. It will take 3 hours or so. I'm not sure, but it will take the 3 to 4 hours. So maximum. So that installation will be finished. In this 3-4 installation, we should not touch your systems. We should not like to cancel any sessions. We have to wait it, right? Instead of doing each person doing 3 hours installation, just stop it in the review parameter section. Ask other person to do the installations. Ask other person to carry out the just only defining the parameters and review the parameters. Then cancel it. Cancel at review parameter section so that it will be finished. Other persons can know what inputs he is giving. That is your practice. When you are doing the practice, so if you want to install, you can install it, but the other person has to wait till you complete the installation. Why? Because at a time, multiple cannot start the installation. Multiple people can log in at a time, but multiple persons cannot start the installation. Why? Because here SWPM is only one in one OS you are doing the installations, right? It's not shared by, it's in the C drive. So, right, when you start it, the process is allocated to your user only. So that, so at a time, only one person can start the installation. So it should complete 100% when it comes, then installation is completed. That is the, so installation we are doing now. So I'm canceling it here, then it will finish it. The installation will finish it. Then you have to start the installation then. So not me. So I have done that multiple installations. I have done it. No, you have to do the installation. So by following this step, you have to do the installation now in the SAP system. You have the softwares are ready, right? You have the softwares are ready in the C drive. Then start it. Who wants to start the first? You can start. Maybe you can ping in the group who are starting so that others are aware of. Others, they don't cancel your sessions and everything, right? Multiple people can log in, but so at a time, only one person is possible to do the installations. So what you have to do, you don't need to install the entire thing. Just click on the, just review, define the parameters. When it comes to the review parameter section, cancel it. Then ask other person to do it. In this way, everyone get the hands-on experience on the installation. If you really want to do the installation, you can perform it. Not a problem. Right? So now I will start creating the all your user IDs now. Then you can verify it. Whoever, so I will start creating the user IDs. Then you can log in and you can do the installations. Right? That is what, as I told you, right? Today onwards, so your work starts in the servers. This is one of the important, installation is the one of the primary questions they may ask you during the, when you are going for the interviews or in the real time, they may ask you this type of questions in that. So this is a very important. Okay, so you guys will perform the installation, right? You want to show me again SWPM. Go to the SWPM, SAP softwares, SWPM, then double click on the SAP INST. Then it will open the URL in the browser. Then you have to start providing all the inputs.